This video will demonstrate how to create a boundary, or a brand new boundary, within the Sirrus program. To do so, I'm at the account level, but I'm going to click over here in the view of the map, slides over, and if I come down here to the add button or the plus sign at the bottom of the screen, it pops up, and I have this create boundary option. Now this is found, I'm at the account level, but you could be at the account, the grower, the farm, or the field level, the same identical set of steps. So I'll hit the create boundary button. In this case, since I'm not in the field, I'm not going to use GPS, I'm just going to do pick a field. The pick a field option allows you to be able to zoom in on your map to the location where you want to go to, and I'll come up here in northwestern Iowa somewhere, and just keep zooming in until I get to a boundary that I want to define as the boundary that I want to collect. So let's say that we want this boundary right here. Now you'll notice the pick a field, you put that cursor, that map of the boundary, on that exact location. So if I click that, you'll notice those 280s make up that entire quarter section. The waterways aren't split out though. Down here, if I go to this map on the south end, there's that polygon, and so forth. So if I wanted to select that polygon, I would hit select polygon. It turns to the orange. I go back to pick a field a second time, go back to that second polygon. This would be what you would do if this field boundary made up the entire, all the polys made up the entire boundary. Now there's our cultivated acres on that southern portion, which in this case right now in the top right you got 134.2 acres. You could come back to the tool button or the wrench down there and click edit vertex, and that's going to show you everywhere polygon where a vertex was moved. So you can grab that vertex, pull it in, pull it back out, zoom in to get that exactly where you want it at. You can clean these boundaries up pretty close. This is 1 meter imagery that's being used in the background. Once you would get your boundary as what you want, I'm going to hit save in the top right, and you're going to save this to a grower, farm, in a field. And if it's a brand new grower, you would add new grower. If it was on a grower that you had in the system, you could just tie it to that grower, like Campbell down through Persimmon Hill Farm. In my case, I'm just going to call this the IG Farms for the grower name. The farm name, I'm just going to call it IG Farm. And the field name, I'm going to call it IG1. Now I'm going to hit save in the top right corner of this page, and that saves that boundary out, and go to the menu bar, and I'm at that IG1 field level. The pick a field option is used whenever you know that the boundary is already in the system, and if it shows up with that white background, then you want to make sure that you choose that field, such as what we created here originally, because those blue polygons that happen to be there, someone else within your company has already driven those or digitized those. That's called a common field boundary. The first thing that we look for in our database is a common field boundary somebody else within your company has already created for that boundary spatial location on the planet. If it's not, then it pulls up the CLU, or the common land units. And if the common field boundaries aren't there and the CLUs aren't there, the CLUs, common land units, then you can digitize it. But I'll show that in another video.